Welcome back to the Build in Beauty podcast, where beauty meets business, faith fuels purpose, and becoming your best self is non negotiable. I am your host, Sulan Alexander, entrepreneur, makeup artist, hairstylist, mom of three, and I had to start over more time than I could even count. Today, we want you to dive in to how you can become your best self as a beauty creative without having to negotiate on building in business. I am a beauty educator, mom of three, and a woman who has had to rebuild her life more than I could count. This podcast was made for women, beauty creatives, and persons building in the beauty industry who want a way to grow together and learn from each other. It was created for you, the woman who may be a single mother, the woman who has no children, the woman who is building her business from the ground up or rebuilding. This is for the woman who wants to build with purpose, with intent, and with integrity. On the Build in Beauty podcast, we share tips, strategies, and testimonies so that you can build in beauty while building your business. This podcast was created for women like you, women who are building something, women who are growing something, women who are becoming their best selves in the creative and the beauty space, women who want to elevate their craft, build with purpose, and being a space where they are celebrated and elevated. Because over here, we are all about collaboration over competition. We celebrate our sisters' wins over here. Every week, we talk about beauty, business, and becoming. Real life, real conversations, real situations, real strategies to help you build, and real stories of resilience. This is where glow meets growth. So if you're ready to build your life or rebuild from the inside out, then join the Build in Beauty movement. If you're ready to build beautifully from the inside out, then subscribe now and join the Build in Beauty movement. I am your host, Sulan Alexander, and today I want to take you into the quiet seasons. The seasons where God silenced everything except his voice. This episode is for the woman who feels hidden, overlooked, or stuck in a phase that feels unending. Sis, sometimes quiet is not punishment, it's protection and preparation. When God removes your noise, what happens when you start losing friendships? Persons that you supported, that you felt like, I'm really riding for this person. You give your all, you support, you push, but on your end, crickets. The support is either less or non-existent. What happens in the moments where it comes from your own household, whether it be family members or even your own spouse? What happens in the moments when you're doing all that you feel like you can do, but it's just not happening for you? You're seeing people moving, pushing, getting through with what they have to do, and you are just stuck. You have the talent, you have the skill, but you're not seeing the money. Friendships dissolve, doors close, business slows. What happens? What happens when you get into the phase where it feels like nothing is working for you? I used to think that quiet seasons meant that I failed. Less or no clients meant that I wasn't doing a very good job. But sometimes, just sometimes, that is the season where God wants you to rest. That's the season where He's preparing you for your next best. The problem is we don't tend to store this season very well. You see, when we feel like we're not busy, we're not moving, and things aren't progressing, we're always trying to find the next thing to do. So, what season are you in right now? I used to think that quiet seasons meant that I failed, but God showed me that the quiet seasons are where He repairs the parts of you and restores the parts of you that you've been neglecting. We all talk about peace, we say we want peace, and we even pray for it. But what does that really look like? For me, it's looked like making peace with friends who became more distant, lack of support, doors closing, ideas not panning out the way that I want to, the income not coming in the way that I want to, and still having to have the faith and the hope that there is something in me that I know is beneficial to other people. If you've ever felt like this, you know it's not a good feeling. You feel a low sense of worth, you feel a low sense of accomplishment, and you ultimately feel as if you're just existing. You start feeling as if you're not good enough. You start second guessing yourself, doubting your abilities, and that all becomes a completely continuous downward spiral. But what if this is a season that God has been calling you to store rest and peace? Calling you to make peace with the friends that are no longer friendly. Calling you to make peace with your past accomplishments, your past connections, a past business, a past spouse. How are you going to steward those slow seasons when things aren't working quite as you want them to, but you have so many big plans to do better, to do greater, and to have more? Peace looks like boundaries. It looks like saying no when you really want to say yes, because you're just that helpful, and you are always ready and willing to support others in their dreams, in their goals, in their desires. It looks like saying, I'm at my limits. I can't take anything on my plate right now, or anything else on my plate right now. It looks like letting people go, allowing people to walk away who want to leave, allowing people to walk away who don't want to be in your life any longer, walking away from comfort, and even choosing to let go of chaos. Saying, God, I trust you, even when in your heart you feel that knot. You feel that I don't know what's next. I don't know how to move on from here. This is a season where God healed the broken part of me. The mother, the wife, the stylist, the entrepreneur, the believer who was tired of having to be strong, tired of having to put on an act, tired of having to be the bigger one, the better one, the understanding one, tired of having it all pile up to come crashing down, tired of little, tired of praying and not seeing a lot happening. I was simply tired. I was tired, I was burnt out, and I was broken. As a believer, we are always taught to have faith. But faith isn't the absence of daily emotions and roller coasters. The good thing about having faith is that I had a source that I can draw from. I had a well of running water, living water that I could always be replenished. Because you see, life will break you, it will burn you out. But it's only God who can bless you and rebuild you. I had to go back to the one who can build me and bless me, and have the faith that in His time He will do a great work in me. Not in my own vain achievements, or my own vain expectations, or my own vain abilities, but in His desire and purpose for me. I want you to understand that where you are now is not where you're going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be where you are next year. I want you to understand that even when it feels like things just aren't working, don't give up the fight. Don't throw in the towel. And most importantly, don't quit. Don't quit before the appointed time. Don't quit before the prayers start getting answered. I came to the realization that having faith and trusting God for what He's going to do next is way much better than relying on my own selfish desires, on my own self-grandizement, on my own wishful thinking and wasting. I had to start stewarding my slow season and my pause. So what did I do? I started learning. Yes, I did courses for makeup. I did courses for hair. But what else could I learn? In those slow seasons, I started learning how to build out and manage my own website, how to build out my Google page so that I can be listed when people are searching for makeup artists or hair artists, so that I show up in search results. I started learning digital marketing. I got coaching. First it was free, and then I started paying for a coach. And it is in these slow seasons that was seemingly slow to me that I started growing. Because you see, it wasn't a slowness. God gave me the ability to have a pace that I could manage. Because I am a mom. I do have other jobs. And I am also an entrepreneur. And I needed time. Time to grow. Time to build. Time to gain new wisdom, new skills. You see, in the pause is not the time to give up. It's the time to press in. Be so laser focused on where you want to go and make a plan and stick to it. Don't get distracted by what's happening, what's not happening, and what's happening for other people. Focus on your road, your direction, and keep charting that path. Don't get caught up in what is happening for other people, because truly, sometimes you have no idea what they may be going through. We don't always show the worst of whatever it is that's happening to us. So you could never tell that 2-minute or 60-second reel that person posted means that their life is going great. But when you have the time to pause and to slow down, I want you to take the initiative to really look into yourself and lock in. Learn the extra. Learn what you need to upgrade your skills. Spend more time with God. Spend more time in His presence. Inquire of Him. Lord, what do you need me to do in this season? What are you calling me to do? What are you calling me to build? What are you calling me to rebuild, to start again? Because you see, sometimes when something doesn't work the first time, we think that's it. The reality is sometimes we just need to take a step back, recalibrate, and go again. Today's episode is sponsored by Bouger Beauty, your home for soft glam, relax and natural hair care and beauty services. Skincare designed for busy women and working moms who do everything. Visit bougerbeauty.com to shop. Quiet creates clarity. What God removes in the quiet, He replaces with peace. And peace is simply powerful. When you have peace, you can make decisions not out of haste, but out of wisdom and out of strategy. When you have peace, you know what is for you and who is for you. When you have peace, you aren't anxious. So you aren't making decisions that can be crippling to you in the near future. When you have peace, you have the ability to be way more productive because you're now focused. Your quiet season is not the end. It's the incubator for your next season. So trust in that stillness because God is leading you to somewhere amazing. Isaiah 30:15 says, "In quietness and trust shall be your strength." What area of your life do you need to quiet or silence to hear God again? I want you to take this reflection and really sit with it and ask yourself, where have I been too busy? Where have things slowed down? And pause. And how can I steward this season of slowness or pause to improve and prepare for the next season that God is going to bring? We are close to 2026. Do you already have your goals planned? At the end of the year, about 3 to 5 days before the end of the year, I always do a retreat, a personal retreat. I don't take any calls. I don't take any messages. If my kids are with me, they are the only ones I deal with, and I still go in my room, lock my doors, and I take some time by myself to simply sit, plan, and pray. And if this is what you may need to prepare for your next season, then I suggest you do it. Take some time and plan a day, or even 4 hours, 2 hours, that you could really take to reflect on your current year. What went well for you this year? What hasn't gone well? And what do you see yourself working towards in the new year coming? A lot of times when we don't achieve the goals that we had planned, we feel disenfranchised, we feel demotivated. But sometimes that's just an indication that you need to go back to the drawing board, revisit the plans, revisit the goals, revisit the strategy, and then try it again. It's not a sign that it didn't work and that you have to give up or move on to something new. It's just a sign that whatever you're working on is too big of a deal for you to do it anyway, anyhow, especially if you're not doing it with God. I want you to store this season like you are about to step in to your kingship. That business that God showed you, that vision that He had for you, the dreams, the goals that you've written, it is all a part of His plans for you. And if you're not sure, I always encourage you to take it back to Him, pray about it, and ask Him for clarity, direction, wisdom, and strategy. I want you to steward this season so well that in the next 3 months, you are going to thank God that He gave you a season of pause, rest, and peace so that you can recalibrate, get clarity, and be confident to step into your next. If this episode bless you, share it with another woman who may need some peace and clarity about this season of her life. And make sure that you check out bougerbeauty.com to book your appointments and shop your daily soft glam essentials. Stay tuned for the launch of our signature soft glam guide to help you master your makeup like a pro. For the busy woman and career woman who needs easy and quick soft glam looks to look pretty, polished, and put together daily, our signature soft glam ebook is the perfect addition to your daily life. We also have beauty and business resources to support our beauties building to help you become your best. Follow the show at Build in Beauty Podcast and shop the bougerbeauty.com website for more resources to help you along your journey of building in beauty. Sometimes God quiets your journey not to punish you, but to prepare you. Peace is not passive, it's power.